Hi guys, I'm Harris. So this is the first in a series of installments. I'm currently building the commercial cleaning OS, and basically it's for domestic cleaning business owners who want to pivot into commercial, or for those who are jumping straight into setting up their commercial cleaning business. What I noticed after doing about 50 plus discovery calls was that there was a lot of domestic cleaning business owners who wanted to move into commercial because of the potential earnings, and the growing opportunity for recurring revenue, and also to build a business asset which is going to be able to be sold because of the opportunity to go into long-term or to win long-term contracts. So why have I decided to do this? For about 8 years, I ran a commercial cleaning business. I'm based out in the UK. So I started as a side hustle, and then grew it into a six-figure business, tried to take it to seven figures, but failed. Learned some valuable lessons along the way. Tried everything from niching to buying a business, to contracting everything out, to having staff, having an office, doing all the usual stuff, cold calling, cold emails, fly drops, door knocking, all that kind of stuff. And I ended up managing to sell the business about 3 years ago. And as a result of that, decided to hang out in some cleaning communities and found out a couple of pain points, one of which is finding contracts, the other is finding and retaining staff. So because of the experience that I had and some of the big contracts that we won, and particularly using cold email, I decided to set up the Growth Lab. So the Growth Lab now deals with 7 and 8 figure cleaning businesses finding their future clients. So we're a outbound prospecting and business development consultancy. But as a result of finding what sort of service I could offer to the cleaning industry, spoke with a lot of domestic cleaning businesses. And obviously that's how I found out that they would like to pivot into commercial. There wasn't really a product as such out there. There's quite a lot of coaches that sort of focus on growing a domestic cleaning business, in particular remote cleaning business. And one of the elements that I'll cover in the course is how it's tricky, a lot more challenging to set up a remote commercial cleaning business. So if you're thinking about doing that, it is possible. It's something that I did, but it's something that I did after operating for about 5 or 6 years, having built a team, and having sort of understood the challenges that come with setting up a remote cleaning business. So it's not impossible, but it's not as easy to do as it is with domestic cleaning. Yeah, so as a result of that, obviously, with there not being a product like this that I've found out in the market, I know there are coaches that focus on domestic, there are coaches or courses that focus on commercial. Once you have a commercial business and growing it, but there's nothing specific that I've found to help those who sort of want to move into commercial first time around. So look, this is what I have come up with. Originally, it was going to be a 5-module course with some bonuses. Now it looks like it's going to be an 8 or 9-module course with some bonuses. So there's going to be an introduction, some background about me, some background about why you might want to move into commercial cleaning, some details about the commercial cleaning industry, the different sectors that are in the commercial cleaning industry, some current trends to look out for, some comparisons between domestic and commercial cleaning, just to give you an overview and to give you a good foundation. Then if this is going to be your first business and you're looking to set up a commercial cleaning business, I go through some of the mechanics and some of the bits and pieces that you need to be aware of in terms of, whether you need to create a business plan and how much you need to start, insurance to be aware of, and deciding what sort of services you want to offer, and the equipment and supplies that you need to set up your commercial cleaning business. Obviously, some of this is going to be crossing over with those domestic cleaning business owners who currently have a domestic cleaning business but are operating that remotely, and so it's going to be insightful for you guys as well. And then we'll touch a little bit on marketing, how to market your cleaning business, hiring and cleaning business, and obviously setting up some terms of business. Once we have sort of covered the foundational aspects, then it's a case of identifying who your ideal clients are. So we'll go into sort of market research, identifying and defining your ideal client profile, and also identifying and understanding who the key decision makers are, which is going to be important because you want to be speaking with the right sort of people. And going through this process is going to be helpful. Once we know who your ideal clients are, then we'll look at where you'll be able to find them. So everything from building lists for cold email, networking, referrals and connections, LinkedIn, trade associations, business listing websites, a whole bunch of stuff, creating partnerships and collaborations. Like there's a few options, certainly that I explored when I set up my commercial cleaning business. Some of them work better than others. A couple of the ones that I'm going to be focusing on particularly are going to be LinkedIn and cold email, because those are the outbound strategies that we use at the Growth Lab. So I'm going to be diving into that and how it can be nuanced for commercial cleaning, and provide some templates and resources and that kind of stuff. So once we've identified who your ideal clients are, where your ideal clients are, we'll go through pricing and quoting, and that is giving you some bidding and estimation templates, and the different matrices, I guess, pricing matrices that you can use, whether it's per hour, per square foot, what you need to ask on a walkthrough, on a site visit, the sort of things that you need to determine, how you need to calculate your costs. So there's going to be a few elements included in that, because I know that is one thing in particular that a lot of people on Facebook and cleaning groups on Facebook, they tend to ask questions around, how do I quote for this? How do I price this up? How do I price that up? So I'll include some resources and some useful templates that we used back in the day for you to be able to do that. And then once we've gone through the pricing and quoting aspect, then we look into the contract mobilization, and that kind of covers setting up your site manuals, health and safety considerations, finding staff. In the UK, there's TUPE laws as well, which you need to take into account. So that's inheriting staff from a previous cleaning business or from a previous cleaning service provider, and how you need to onboard those within your own cleaning business. So we'll cover some of those bits and pieces, how you can train staff once you've found them. And that's all part of the sort of contract mobilization and site setup. And then once you have mobilized the contract and it's set up, then obviously there's going to be some contract management considerations to take into account. How often should you carry out an audit? What should you be taking into account in a site audit? Client communication going forward, sort of after sales service, and being able to upsell future services as well, and being mindful of those as you go through the walkthrough. And then the last sort of element that I've got is covering sort of systems and software. So that's everything from standard operating procedures and having a CRM, automate some of your social media stuff, automate some of the outbound prospecting bits and pieces, how you can onboard a VA, inbox management, and setting up sort of systems and processes where you don't have to do all the work yourself. So going to be covering some of that. And then some of the bonuses. One of the aspects is I'm going to dive into whether or not you can operate a commercial cleaning business remotely. So I'll give you the benefit of my experience and how it will happen for me. So that is going to take you through things like creating a partnership program, onboarding other cleaning contractors, how to find those cleaning contractors, how to reach out to those cleaning contractors, that type of thing. There's also going to be a sort of LinkedIn lead generation guide, which I will prepare so that you can get access to use that. There's going to be a guide on using social media from 0 to 1. So, if you use social media, if you hardly use social media, how you can just take that first step to start applying it to your cleaning business. Marketing 0 to 1 as well, which is a couple of frameworks that I'm going to run through in terms of how you can set up your website to generate leads, creating a right sort of brochure and pitch deck. So there's going to be a few templates and details that I'm going to run through in that respect. And then also we will run through some price increase documents and some additional sort of lead gen resources as well. So that's the kind of broad outline of the course. I'm currently working on writing up the modules. I think I've got 2 of them almost completed, and the aim is to have the course ready for launch by the end of April. I currently have a beta group, so they will get first access to everything that's been created. They will have that for testing and feedback, but also I'm going to be hosting these lives on a weekly basis just to give you an update and give you some context about what is going into each module, so that hopefully I can get some feedback from you guys as well. You can let me know what you would expect to see or what you would like to see in the course, what you think would be helpful. I've already had a bunch of useful feedback on Twitter, so that's been massively useful to give me a little bit more direction on what people struggle with. I'm also hanging out in a load of Facebook groups as well to see what people struggle with in there. So I've got already a few avenues where I am collecting indirect feedback in terms of, you know, what should be included in the course. But if you're watching this, if you're following me on YouTube, if you're following me on Twitter or Facebook, then by all means, let me know what else you want to see if you're looking at moving into commercial cleaning or starting your commercial cleaning business, or you're in domestic and you want to pivot and add a commercial cleaning funnel to your business. So hopefully that's been a useful overview. If you want to connect, by all means, give me a follow on Twitter. I am _Matt Harris. And on Facebook as well. I am Matt Harris, facebook.com/I am Matt Harris. You'll land on my business page. We can connect on there. Twitter is going to be the easiest. You can drop me a DM. You can tweet at me. And I will always respond. But for now, thank you very much. This is going to be a regular occurrence on a Wednesday. I need to fix the sort of time, but it's just going to be a short sort of 10-15 minute update as to where I'm at, what's going on, and hopefully you'll find it useful. And I will see you next week. Laters.